Hey guys, it's Isabella here and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a new tier ranking, and this time we're going to be doing Romantasy Tropes because romance and fantasy together is just my favorite genre to read. I love sci-fi, but and some other genres too, but mostly I read fantasy, and I love fantasies that are basically just romance and political intrigue and stuff like that. So yeah, today we're going to be doing a tier ranking of Romantasy Tropes. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
Okay, everyone, you know how this goes. So first we're gonna go over the tiers. So we have 5 tiers. We have the love, which will be basically tropes that I eat up every time, and I absolutely love them. They're my absolute favorites, and I never get bored of them. Next is the tropes that I like. So the ones that I find are really good, and I usually really love these. But not like, they're not my absolute favorites. And then okay are ones that I do kind of enjoy, but the least amount, basically. And then the next category is dislike, so ones I don't like at all. And then hate is just ones that I absolutely do not like at all. Basically, so it's not that hard to explain. But yeah, 3 categories of me, like, loving something a lot, liking it, okay being like, yeah, fine. Anyway, let's just get into this. We have quite a few things to go through. So yeah, let's just get into it. So, urban romantasy. I hate urban fantasies. I really do not like this trope at all. I try to stay away from books like that as much as possible. If I do read a book that's an urban fantasy, it really has to be something with a lot of fantastical elements that make it feel almost like it isn't urban. So I'm gonna put dislike, because it could be an okay, but not really. It's not something I consume, but it's not something I hate. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it in dislike. Redemption arc. I happen to love redemption arcs, especially when they're for, like, let's say, villain main characters. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, oh, I eat that kind of book up so much. Oh, I love this trope. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put it in maybe like. I'll figure this out eventually, maybe later on. But yeah, I usually love, like, really enjoy this trope, so I'm gonna put it in the like, because I really like this trope a lot. Romantasy with academia. This depends. It's an okay. It depends. Sometimes I do like an academia aspect in my romantasies, but it can't be the main focus of the story the whole way through. I just get kind of meh, but I love the vibes. So I would say it's okay. It just depends how it's done. So sometimes I like it, but the majority of the time it's just okay. Taverns. I don't really know much about the tavern trope. I don't think I've read a book with the tavern trope. So I'm just going to put dislike, because that's not really my cup of tea. But then I guess I could put urban in okay, because urban I can deal with. It just depends how it's done as well. So yeah, tavern I would not like. Library. This is cool. I haven't read any romantasy books with libraries, really. But I do want to read Sorcery of Thorns, which takes place in a magical library. So I would say, depending on how the story is done, I could be okay with this trope. It's not bad. Libraries are great. Magical libraries even more so. So I'm going to put it in okay. Assassin trope. I'm not a huge fan of the assassin trope, but depending on how it's done, I can enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed the darkness, or the shadows between us, I think it was. And yeah, it had a girl who wanted to assassinate the king and stuff like that. But yeah, assassin stories aren't really my cup of tea, but it depends how it's done, so yeah. Pirates, I kind of like the pirate trope, but I haven't really read any books really with the pirate trope, more like fan fiction with the pirate trope. But anyway, I like this trope. It's fine. It's not my favorite. But yeah, again, it kind of depends how it's done. But yeah, if it's a romantasy, sure, I might read it. A mermaid trope. I used to love reading mermaid stuff, and now I'm kind of like not a big fan of it as much as I used to be. So I think I'm just going to put this in okay. I don't really read books with the mermaid trope, and I don't really pick those up. So yeah. But maybe I'll put it in dislike. I don't know. Not a big fan of mermaid stories anymore, so I'm gonna put in dislike, I guess. Fae, it also depends. I don't really read much Fae books because I'm kind of intimidated by them a little bit. But I have read some lower level, like, books that have to do with fairies, like Wings of Starlight, which is part of the Disney fairies. And that has fairies, but not Fae. But anyway, yeah, I plan to read A Court of Thorns and Roses at some point, but don't know when. But yeah, Fae I could see myself liking. From the Fae stuff that I've read, like The Cruel Prince, I like it. So it depends how it's done, but I do usually like this trope. Slow burn? I used to think I wasn't a slow burn kind of person, but I find the slow burn just makes the relationship eat so much better when it actually comes to fruition. So I actually find myself actually liking the slow burn trope a little bit more than I used to. I used to, like, if you'd asked me a while ago, I would have said it would be in the okay category. But now I kind of like it in the slow burn, in the like category. So I'm gonna, yeah, like Six of Crows definitely was a great slow burn. I loved Kazan and Inej. So yeah, I could put that in the like. Vampires? Yes, the vampire trope. Always loved vampires. Don't really care for zombies or werewolves as much. But yeah, I haven't read many vampire books, but I do have Carmilla on my shelf and Dracula to read, so I'm gonna get into those eventually. But yeah, the vampire trope, I usually eat that up every time. Vampire romances can be fun. Witch/wizard trope. I tend to love this, but I also tend to like it. It depends how it's done. Because, like, a witch/a-wizard, it can be done, like, if it's a witch and a witch hunter romantasy book, then I will love this 100%. But if it's, like, not that great of a witch story, you know what, I'm just gonna put witch/wizard in love. Witches are fun and cool, and I like them, so there you go. Werewolves, I'm gonna put them in the okay, because as I said, not my cup of tea. Okay, dragons, if a romantasy has dragons in it, I am not opposed to it. But dragons aren't really my favorite thing in romantasy books. So maybe I'll put, like, I haven't really read any books with dragons, so I'm not really sure where to put this. I'm reading a book right now that has dragons, actually, The Hurricane Wars. And you know what? I don't mind the dragons. I'll put it in like. I really love the dragons in House of the Dragon, which is a TV show, but yeah. Here comes the cavalry trope. It's okay. It depends how it's done, again. Yeah, I don't really have many examples of this. Hurt/comfort. Okay, this I like this trope. Actually, scratch that. I love this trope. We love a character who's hurt and then just gets some comfort from their romantic partner, even if the romantic partner is the one that hurt them a little bit, or even if it was someone else who hurt them. I tend to like this. It definitely gets me in my feels, and yeah. Animal sidekick? This is really iffy because I haven't read any books, I don't think, with an animal sidekick that I know of. But this could be okay. It depends how it's done. Again, it's one of those things I'm just like iffy on. Fairy tale retellings. Oh, I absolutely love this trope. Oh my god, guys. I love fairy tale retellings. Oof, I'm reading so many of those right now. Well, I'm not reading them, but I have them on my list to read, so yeah, super big fan of fairy tale retellings. I've gotten a few. I have some Beauty and the Beast retellings. I have some Sleeping Beauty retellings to read. So yeah, really like those. East Asian setting. If you'd asked me a few years ago, I would have said this isn't that much of my cup of tea at all. But now I'm actually starting to really like this trope, the East Asian setting. I'm reading quite a few books with Asian inspired settings, and I'm really loving them. The ones I can think of right now are, I think, To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, The Hurricane Wars, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I am loving this trope right now. Smut? Depends. I usually like smut, but it depends how it's done. If it's too grotesque, no thank you. I want something that's romantic and sweet and not gross to read. So it depends how it's done. But yeah, I do like it a lot, so I'm gonna put it there. The orphan trope. Okay, my favorite series, you guys know, Shadow and Bone, has an orphan. The Hurricane Wars has an orphan main character. And I really love this trope, but I think I would put it in like more than love. Yeah, I'm gonna put this up here and this up here because I like these more, so they go up higher on the list. But yeah, the orphan trope, I dig it. I really like it, so I'm gonna put it there. Castles and Royals. Oh, this I absolutely love, without fail. These are my favorite kind of romantasies to read that takes place in castles or takes place with main characters that are royalty and have to go through like all of these court machinations and whatnot. And yeah, I just loved the kind of political stuff that royalty have to deal with in these like romantasy books. So yes, definitely, every single time. Major character death? Hate. Absolutely hate. I hate it when they kill off slightly less major characters. So if they kill a major character, that's a big freaking no-no in my book. I think in the end of the Divergent series, the main character dies. So yeah. No, not a fan of this at all. Next, everyone is beautiful. Okay, this was a trope in Shadow and Bone. The Grisha are very beautiful, but I guess I'm okay with this, but it's not like something I really enjoy. So I wouldn't put it in like or love, really. But it doesn't really make a difference to me if everyone's pretty. So I'm just kind of like, okay. Good versus evil. I eat this up every single time. Shadow and Bone has this. The Hurricane Wars has this. To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods has this trope. So many fantasy books I'm reading have this trope, and I love it. Like, the good main character versus the evil main character, and them having a little thing is kind of cool. But yeah, I love that good versus evil stuff. Miscommunication. I'm in the fence between dislike and okay, because miscommunication can happen in real life as it can happen, like as it should happen in books too, because it happens in real life. But it depends how it's done, so maybe I'm gonna put in okay, because some miscommunications make sense and some don't. So yeah, I can't think of any book that has miscommunication right now, but yeah. Amnesia. I dislike this trope very much, but I think I'm going to put it in hate, because I hate when a character, let's say like their love interest, ends up getting amnesia and they have to fall in love all over again. I'm just like, screw you, I don't want to go through this again. I'm not waiting all over again. So I just get really mad. Or if a character, just any character, has amnesia, I'm usually really not a fan of this. But then again, maybe I could put it in dislike, because it's something that I don't really like, but maybe if someone did it well, maybe, but it's a very big maybe. Less of a maybe than the okay section, so I'll put it in dislike instead of hate. Found family. I like this. It's enjoyable. Six of Crows has found family. Can't think of any other books right now. But yeah. Heists. I'm not a big fan of heists. I would put this in okay. It depends how it's done. Like Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, that was the only heist books I've ever really read, and I loved them. But would I read other heist books? It really depends how the romantasy and the heist mix. It depends. Portal fantasy. Depends how it's done, again, because certain books can do it in a way that's it's fun and interesting, and then some books can do it in a way that I'm just like, this is annoying. So yeah, like I think there was a Beauty and the Beast kind of retelling I was reading, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and it has portal fantasy a little bit, I think. Anyway, illustrated maps. I'm not opposed to maps. Do I love maps? Not really. Do I like maps? Sure, I guess. It's in between like or okay. A map is cool to see in a fantasy book. But if it doesn't have one, I'm still gonna be okay. But anyway, people love illustrated maps, and most of my fantasy books have those, so yeah, I guess I like them. Multiple POV. I really love when there's multiple POV, but it depends sometimes, because I guess I'm gonna put it in like, because it depends how it's done. Again, like if you're in a POV of a character you really don't want to be in the POV of, you're just like trying to get through the chapter and you're just so annoyed. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put that in the love category, sadly. Single POV is okay. Depends how it's done. Like Shadow and Bone, I felt would have done better without being in Alina's single POV. But like, there are certain books that I'm okay with just having one person's POV. Arranged marriage. Depends how it's done, again, but also I can like this too. So I'm gonna put it up here. So yeah, arranged marriage, it depends how it's done, but usually I like this trope. I haven't really read many arranged marriage books, but yeah, I don't mind it. I've read some fan fiction with this trope and I like it, so there you go. Fake dating. This depends how it's done, because In Romantasy, I find fake dating more interesting than definitely just urban, regular fake dating in like the real world. But yeah, if it's fake dating in a fantasy, it depends how it's done. I haven't really read many of those either. Star-crossed lovers. Oof. Love this trope. Eats me up every time. Makes my heart sad. Makes my heart happy. It's like forbidden romance, and I eat that up every single time. Like, I just finished Wings of Starlight, and yeah, it was a star-crossed romance between Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory, and I liked it. It was sad, but also made me happy. Fated mates, I can like this. Depends how it's done, but not so much like okay. Usually I like it, but I haven't really read many books with this, but I would like it, I think. Based on what I know of fated mates kind of thing. Opposites attract. I can like this. I like this too. Yeah, opposites attract is just fun. It's enjoyable. Who doesn't like opposites attract? I mean, come on. I love when you got the, like, main, like, male character who's the love interest who can sometimes be a little morally gray, and then you got the main female character who's kind of more sunshiny and believes in doing things the right way. And different kinds of opposites attract. But anyway, friends to lovers, it depends how it's done. For Mal and Alina from Shadow and Bone, I liked it. Didn't love it, but yeah, I could see myself liking that. Well, maybe it's a like, depending on how it's done, so maybe I should put it in like. Because I don't love it, that's the problem. So I'll put it in here. Enemies to lovers. This is top tier shit we're getting into now. Yes, definitely. Yup. Enemies to lovers. Favorite trope of all time. That's the only books I really read. Every book I've mentioned in this video so far pretty much has enemies to lovers. Except Wings of Starlight and maybe a few others. But anyway, enemies to lovers is my ride or die. I absolutely love this trope, especially between, as I said, like many times, the female heroine character and the male antagonist character. I just eat it up every time. But regardless if it's that kind of enemies to lovers or a different kind like Witch and a Witch Hunter or something like that, love it. Tattoos, dislike. I do not care for tattoos at all. Age gap? Depends how it's done, but usually I really like age gaps. I don't mind age gaps, especially like if you have in Romantasy a guy who's like 100 years old and the girl is like 20. Like, it's a freaking fantasy book. It's not real. In this world, it's okay to ship people who have huge age gaps. Like, come on, people. Get with the program. Like, seriously. Love triangles. Depends how they're done, but most of the time I do not like love triangles. I find they kind of frustrate me a little bit, because you never know if you're rooting for the right person and that she'll end up with that person, so it's kind of like, ugh. Like, I rooted for Alina and the Darkling, and then realized, yeah, Alina and Mal are probably endgame. I don't know. It was wacky ride. Rebellion, I'm okay with this trope. Depends how it's done again. Like, I haven't read The Hunger Games yet because I know there's a rebellion in there and it might not be as well done as some other books. But yeah, rebellion-wise, I do like The Darkest Minds. That has a little bit of a rebellion in it. It's a dystopian, but yeah. Most of the rebellions are in dystopians, not really fantasies. The only fantasy I've read is Red Queen, but that isn't a romantasy, so not sure. Underdog, I can like this. I like rooting for a character who has nothing to her name or his name and ends up on top. I like that. A mentor trope. Depends how it's done. Sometimes I like the mentors in books, sometimes I don't. So, yeah. Okay, pregnancy trope. This might be controversial, but I actually like this from time to time. It depends how it's done, but again, I mostly enjoy this regardless. I usually really like it depending on the situation, but yeah, I don't mind if there's like a surprise pregnancy or something like that. I like when our two main characters are going to have a baby. Like, come on. That's every shipper's dream. The marriage and the kids. Come on, let's go. Golden Retriever, male, lead. I can like this, but I'm also only okay with it. Depends how it's done. I haven't really read many books. Most of the guys I read about are dark and brooding. Tall, dark, and handsome. And darker. Not really golden retriever, but yeah. Why choose? Absolutely not. I do not like polyamory of any kind. I don't like threesomes. I don't like foursomes. No thank you. Please pick a person and stay with them. I don't read any harem books or anything of the sort in the romantasy genre, so yeah. Next is revenge trope. I usually really like this trope. Can depend on if it's done well or not, but yeah, I can enjoy a good revenge trope from time to time. Competition. It's okay. A competition trope. It's not really my favorite. Yeah. It really depends on the situation and the context. But yeah. Prophecy? I can like a good prophecy. Who doesn't like prophecies? I like prophecies. Yeah. It's like in the North Queen series, there's a prophecy. I like it in that book series. I haven't read many prophecies in books, mostly in TV shows I've seen that trope, and I personally like it. Tragic backstories? I usually eat this up, so I'm gonna put it in love. I usually eat this up without question. Yeah. Totally a fan of this. And, you can't change my mind. Tragic backstories just make me want to cry, but I kind of love the sad feeling it gives me. And then I just want to give these characters a hug and hope that everything will be alright for them in the end. And yeah, the tragic backstory is sad for them, but for me, it's enjoyable. Resurrection. I can like it, but again, it depends how it's done. Because sometimes it can be done so ridiculously not, like, well, and so stupidly done that I'm just like, really? This is how you bring this person back? I don't think so. Like, they brought back the Darkling in Shadow and Bone, and I kind of liked the way they did it, but also I was kind of like, don't know about this, but yeah. It's a magical world, man. Resurrection's kind of a lot, but it can happen. They weren't really dead. So this kind of goes with resurrection as well. I can like this a lot if it's a character I really loved and then they come back and it's like, I wasn't dead at all. That I can enjoy. Forced proximity. I can usually like this depending on how it's done. But I'm not a huge forced proximity fan, but I like it. Making our two main characters have to be in a closed space together. I kind of like that. No distractions, just you two together. Yes, thank you. Betrayal? I kind of really like this too. It adds a lot of drama and it adds a lot of interesting fun. I remember there was a betrayal in Scarred by Emily McIntyre, and I really liked that betrayal. I was just so shocked, and I was like, this is great. So, yeah. Next, Insta-Love. I can enjoy Insta-Love, but it depends how it's done, so I'd put it like at okay. Yeah, Insta-Love is just okay. Depends the dynamic between the characters, their situation, and depends the circumstances. So, yeah. Next is Forbidden Love, and this I eat up every single time as well. It's basically like star-crossed lovers, basically. So I'm gonna put it up here. So yeah, Forbidden love these stories. They're so great, and yeah, I haven't read many of these, but I did read Romeo and Juliet, which was star-crossed lovers and kind of forbidden love. I don't really know. Anyway, even Wings of Starlight was kind of a forbidden kind of love a little bit, but anyway, haven't read many of those, but I've seen it in movies and stuff, and I love that trope. Combat skills / sassy female main character. I can like this. Depends how it's done. Like, I know Feyre's a badass in, apparently, A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series. So, I can get behind a skilled, sassy female main character. It's like, I like them. Secret Heir is our next one. I can like this trope. I liked it in The Cruel Prince, and it was very surprising. So yeah, I could say that I kind of enjoy this. There's also a Secret Heir in Scarred by Emily McIntyre, and I like that. Next is Who Did This to You? And I personally haven't come across this really, but I could say under the right conditions, I would really like this. Because most people seem to as well, so yeah. Who Did This to You? Yeah, I like when a guy gets all protective. I like that kind of male love interest in a romantasy book. Next is a quest. Quests I'm okay with, but quests are not the kind of books I read usually. The only quest book that I read and really enjoyed it, and it was a romantasy kind of, I think it was The Stolen Heir, which is part of the Cruel Prince universe. So, yeah, I like that quest, but it depends how it's done. Alright, next one, Chosen One. Okay, I happen to absolutely eat this trope up every single time. Shadow and Bone has this. What else has this? A lot of books have this. Dune has this kind of Chosen One trope. Anyway, those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. But yes, Chosen One, love this. Absolutely. Top tier. And last but certainly not least is the Shadow Daddy trope. So, I eat this up again. After Enemies to Lovers, I think Shadow Daddies are just like the best. I love any male character that has shadow powers who is like the love interest of the protagonist. So, the Hurricane Wars kind of has this. Shadow and Bone had a little bit of that. And the Shadows Between Us also had this trope. So, yeah, I read a lot of books with male love interests with shadow powers. So, yeah.
Okay, guys, so that is it for this tier ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and comment down below what's your favorite trope in your favorite genre, and subscribe for more bookish content. I'll see you guys in my next video, and yeah, bye bye.